If this were the closing segment of CBS Sunday Morning, you'd be viewing a scene so crisp and clear you could make out the detail of the wings on a monarch butterfly and hear it flutter. Alas, this was taken from my iPhone, and the distant sound was from a street sweeper a half block away. But the scene was worth capturing. It was the deck outside a South Janesville coffee shop on the second week of November. For all the ways in which 2020 is strange, I'll take this one. 64 degrees at not yet 7:30 in the morning. These are two of our church leaders who met on the deck to discuss, of all things, our live Nativity Christmas celebration this coming December. Quite a juxtaposition. A few evenings ago, when I sensed it would be the last warm twilight of autumn, I took a long walk. I left home and headed west, pointing myself toward the setting sun. I didn't bring my phone because I didn't want the distraction. That also meant I didn't have a camera, so it was just me and God's creation as I literally came to the edge of town, walked beyond it along a dirt road, and set my gaze on the cornfields, a distant tree line, and a patchy sunset, over which a broad swath of clouds steadily swept in from the southwest. The clouds portended winter, but the amber blotches of sun peeking through were signs of hope. It was as if they were saying resolutely, not only is the sun always shining beyond the clouds, but spring is always waiting on the other side of winter, and hope always lies beyond anguish. Some of us love winter. I saw a delightful video the other day of a dog repeatedly bringing a sled to the top of a slope and riding it downhill. That's a joy you could experience only in winter. Others suffer from SAD, seasonal affective disorder, when the absence of light can trigger the winter blues, moodiness, or even depression. Winter is unpredictable from a meteorological point of view. It might be warmer or cooler than usual, or snowier or drier. You could consult your Farmers Almanac, I suppose. But it's not just the weather this year that feels unknown. There's COVID, and wondering how we'll spend Thanksgivings and Christmases. But gazing into the cloud patch sunset on that unseasonable warm evening the other night, I knew there was light on the other side of whatever darkness we perceive. Julian of Norwich lived in the Middle Ages during the Black Death. She survived to pen Reflections of Divine Love, the first book ever written in English by a woman. She saw more than autumn sunsets. In fact, she saw a vision of Christ himself. At the junction between a pandemic and her own deathbed experience, she reported that heaven opened up to her. She beheld Christ in glory, and she saw the meaning and power of his life, death, and resurrection. If we would choose to be Christ followers, we might listen to Julian. In the face of suffering, her most endearing words were these: "All shall be well, and all shall be well, and all manner of thing shall be well." Wellness will not come cheaply in this season. We need to care for one another, take precautions to help keep ourselves and others healthy, perhaps temporarily giving up some of the joys we would typically enjoy in the season to come, so that we will emerge on the other side alive and happy and whole once again. But we can dare to believe in the sun behind the clouds and in the vision of Christ that Julian shared in reminding us, all shall be well, and all manner of thing shall be well. We'll see you next time.